She a dog. Check, check. Microphone, motherfrigger. Yo, what's going down? Yo. 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 What's going down, y'all? What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to another D-Dub live stream. Zelda N64 fan, what is going down, my bro? How's the volume? N64 fan, what is going down, my bro? How's the volume? N64 fan. Sounds pretty good. My bad. Does seem pretty good. How's it going in your neck of the woods? How you been? I think we're ready to do this. Yeah, man, my town feels the same. I saw someone post earlier. They were like, every day I turn on the Switch for Animal Crossing, and they're like, I feel so ready to go. I feel ready to make my dream town. I feel ready to make it as great as possible. And after about a half hour of terraforming, I just feel like I want to destroy my whole island and just basically start from scratch because it sucks and I hate everything. And I kind of feel the same way. I kind of feel that. Ooh, Pearl. Okay, we got a new member. So that's what I've been trying to accomplish is, you know, filling out my town, because I'm not the best at really filling it out. I kind of like the open feel. There's plenty of people that are online that have, you know, like a 5-star town. And sure, everything is, like, really tight. Everything's really cram-packed together. I don't really like that. So that's not my favorite. I mean, in New Leaf... Oh, I might have to check the Reddit out. I guess they probably have like some great pictures, great tutorials, probably a lot of good tips. That would be my guess. A lot of useful and helpful people over there probably. But I mean, so far, like I moved my house. I had my house way on the opposite side of the island. I finally moved it. Hey goat, it's Billy. He's got a donut. So far I've only had one villager move out. She walked up to me the other day because I had two goats. So I had Vesta and then I had I forget the other one's name. But I mean, I have a decent array here. Like, I got a bunny, I got this bear dog guy, I got the frog. Okay, we finally got a cat. So we got a goat, a ram, a tiger, a yeti, and then I don't know, Tammy's like a mouse. Mikala Razak, the best and cutest villager, is Raymond. How's this working for you guys? Is every new male villager you're finding only talking about their pecs and their muscles and working out? It seems every single male villager that I've run into, that's all they want to do. Leonardo, he's all about working out. The first one was Tank. That's all he's been about, is working out and flexing. And then the same for him. He mentioned it too. Rex has mentioned working out. And Leonardo has been like obsessed with it. And then Hans, he also mentioned it. Like, oh, we're gonna work out, we're gonna flex, we're gonna get our muscles up. They all say like the same kind of thing. And I'm just wondering if that's like gonna be all the male characters that are run into. Yeah, I've only so far seen one meteor shower on my island. That's why time skipping is like so valuable to me, because I play at all different times, and it's usually late at night, so... I mean, right now it's like 9 in the morning, 11 in the morning. I had to skip ahead the next day, because I was playing earlier. Or I was actually playing last night into this morning. I stayed up all night, and then I didn't go to sleep until like 9 in the morning. Or actually it was like almost 11. And then I pretty much slept until like 7 p.m. and at that point it was like 11:30. See, I haven't dealt with that either yet, in terms of like a villager wanting to move and then you can go to the next person's island and get them to move to your island. I haven't dealt with that yet, but on my own, I wouldn't have thought of that as its own thing that you could actually do. I'm not even sure who Raymond is. I don't have Raymond. But I got Pearl. Alright, let's see what I got here. Alright. up with the music. We got KK Technopop. I like this picture a lot. This wireframe KK. That's freaking sweet. Whoever came up with all these album covers, single covers here, most of them are like really good. Like this KK Gumbo, that's got like that 1940s style. I mean, KK Rider, that's looking pretty badass. KK Disco, every time I see that picture, it's like, oh man, KK Lament. The Rockabilly, I got that one the other day. I got the KK Synth a couple days ago. Got the K-Funk. But yeah, I like that wireframe. And one of my villagers, she said that she'd like to karaoke this KK Dirge, which how can you karaoke this song? It's just like sound effects and scary. Yeah, I've heard people mention that they want to expand the house storage. Mine just seems to keep expanding. Like at first it was only like 200 something, and then I'm looking now and it's at 800. But I want to say that just the other day it was only at 400. And I mean, I tend to put out the items that I want out, and then when I get sick of seeing them, I pretty much just end up selling them. And if it's something I ever want in the future, at least you can go back to the catalog and get it back again. But yeah, Zelda N64 fan, you were asking me if I needed any face masks. I saw your Twitter picture, and you definitely have a lot of them. Me, I've only found one in the entire game so far, and that was just this plain black one here. And I didn't look too close at the ones you had, but it seemed like you had some pretty cool ones. What wheel? This thing right here, the colorful wheel. I thought this thing would be cool for, it's like I said in my video, like doing prizes, doing like giveaways, doing challenge stream ideas, like, you know. I think it's pretty cool though. So what do you mean by catalog? Like, if you come to my town, you pretty much end up seeing that, and then is that something that you just have to wait to buy on your own? Because, well, no, I guess you can come to my store and buy that, right? Or is it you just have to see it to have it cataloged? If you pick up your item, then drop it, it'll be... Really? Is that how that works? Let's see, I got a double sofa. I gotta go put that upstairs. So I moved my house all the way to the other side of the island. I've put up some other plots of land. Yesterday, I moved my museum because that needed to happen. And then I've been trying to get the flowers sorted out, but I still only have the windflowers, the pansies, the tulips, and the cosmos, and the hyacinths. So I still need the lilies, the roses, and the what's the other one? And then for fruits, you gave me the pears, which was greatly appreciated because I had pears when you had come to my island last weekend stream or whatever. I think it was either you or Toko Light, and you gave me pears, and then I accidentally, like, I planted them, and then I think I just chopped the trees down because I got into like cleaning mode, and I started just chopping trees down because I've pretty much been doing that. I really only want to have fruit-bearing trees. And then any tree that doesn't bear fruit, it's basically either going to be a money tree or just a pine, just because they look cool. So, and then I'm thinking about moving my store. I saw Austin John Clay's video earlier, because when you search out how to fully upgrade the Nook shop, see right there, my first pinball machine. That's the first pinball machine I've seen. And like I said, I'm like 120 plus hours into this. But when you search how to get the max upgrade here for this Nook's Cranny, it's basically up in the air. People have no idea exactly how you get it to upgrade to its fullest. And in Austin John's video from today, he said that it was you have to have had this store for 30 days consecutive in the game. But I mean, there's people that are playing this game straight, no time traveling, and have seemed to have gotten the upgrade to that like way before. So I'm not exactly sure if that's true or not. He basically said that somebody on Twitter is a data miner, and that you know, they found that out through data mining. So that's pretty much the truth, because the other two must things that you have to do is sell or trade like 200 grand worth of stuff to these guys. So I've sold tarantulas and stuff, so that was pretty much all set on my part. And then the other thing was what was it? Oh, the other stipulation was you had to have talked to Mabel. And I'm guessing for some people, Mabel hasn't shown up for a while. Like, I have not seen Celeste yet at all. And I know she can just show up, like, pretty much any time throughout, like, later at night. And I've looked for her, and I have not seen her yet. So, are you time skipping? Because if you are, then that makes sense. Because it's basically, according to Austin John, who, you know, he seems to know his stuff. It's according to his friend who's like a data miner that actually understands all this stuff and actually figured it out, because he mentioned it, I don't know, a few days ago in a video, and I went to look it up to see what people were saying, to see if people said, hey, you know, you max out your store by doing this, you max out your store by doing that. And when you go and search, there's pretty much just no info on it. It's all guesswork. And I mean, I feel like I've time skipped at least that many days. Because here I am, I'm on April 17th. So I'm several days ahead. I mean, the game's been out almost a month. So I don't know. And I mean, I've played the game every single day. I've checked into the Nook ATM. I've done that every single day. So I don't know. I feel like there should be any moment now that they close up shop and say, hey, we're expanding. I've been waiting for, you know, upgrading my house a certain amount, or maybe you had to buy so many things from that shop, or maybe you had to buy so many things between that shop and the Able Sisters to get the actual upgrade for it. And I've pretty much done everything. And even the 30 days, I think I'm pretty much there. I mean, the game came out on, what was it, 20th, so we're pretty much 30-ish days in, and along with the time skip, and I feel like I should have already got the, yeah, I do got the app. I actually just got that yesterday. And that seemed to just be like it just showed up randomly. I bought some stuff, and then Tom Nook was like, oh, congrats to you. You can now shop on your phone. So, I mean, it's weird how, you know, like, plenty of people have stuff like the pinball machine. They got that the first minute they started playing this game. Now, something like those floor lights that I got, I saw also in Austin John's video the other day, he just found the recipe for that. And he was like, oh man, that's awesome. And I'm like, man, I've had those for a week or 2 weeks, it feels like. And then something like the pinball machine, he's got a whole stack of them. He's pretty much got all of them in the game. I mean, granted, he has a gigantic community, and every day he goes to his mailbox, people send him stuff and give him stuff. I've definitely bought and sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of items. Because that's what I was thinking the other day, was like, you gotta buy enough stuff from the Nook shop. Because that's how it was in New Leaf. You had to basically buy enough stuff. And then after you did, they were like, oh, we're expanding our shop. You've spent so much. And that was the same thing for the dude that sold the trees and the flowers. Like, his first variation of the shop, I think he only sold you, like, a flower and a tree. And then after expanding, you got, like, 4 or 5 flowers, and then you also got 2 different, like, saplings. So they say you can actually play pinball on this. But, I mean, that sort of seems automatic, because I'm not even touching the buttons. So, it's kind of like you can play it, but it kind of just plays itself. Here, we need to turn on the tunes. I think my favorite one is this KK Fusion. I'm thinking about doing a drum cover for it, because I like the drums that are in it. And the bass line. That's probably one of my favorite songs that is on the jukebox. And we come into here and it's like, God, that music. I need more countertops. Like, after playing this, I've kind of been thinking about, like I'm gonna do a video at some point going over, like, stuff that I hope that they would bring back, and then maybe in the same video, maybe another video, I'm not exactly sure, doing things that I would like to see either added in or for, like, a future game. Because, you know, right here we got this window that leads to nowhere. And then it's the same on this side, that window leads to nowhere. It'd be awesome if you could customize the windows that you got. And then I wish that I could put, like real countertops in this game. So far, you know, all I have are these, like, office tables. And in terms of putting stuff up, I don't have many. Like, this thing here has to be, like, it's kind of like my coffee table for the couch. And then just for this fragrant sprayer, I have it on this stupid egg table, which I hate it. And then something like this lava lamp, I mean, you can't put it on tables. You can only put it on, like, certain things. Like, I think you can put it on this egg table, but then this little coffee table here with the typewriter, you can't put it on that. So some things make sense, and some things don't make sense at all. It seems like there's no rhyme or reason to it. Here, we'll put this colorful light upstairs. So yeah, if you want to come to my island shortly, can definitely do that. Or if there's anything that you need that you don't have that I have, then have at it. Like, I'm pretty sure the colorful wheel, I think I only have one of those. But, like, if there's anything here that you need, I can pretty much buy it again, so I could just give it to you. Because whenever there's something new just to have it cataloged, I just end up buying it. And that's what I thought with the Nook shop. I thought you had to just buy enough stuff, and after a while they would just upgrade their shop. So pretty much every time I go in there, I see something new, I buy it. Usually I put it in my storage, and then eventually I'm like, this is stupid, I'm not even going to use it. And then it gets sold back to them. So these are my non-hybrid flowers right here. I've only been able to make this white one or blue one. Yeah, and I think it happened after you were on my island last week, but there was you, and then I think you left. There was another random kid that just showed up, and he wanted in, so he came to my island, and he gave me the king crown. And at the time, I thought it was just like a regular crown. I didn't realize the thing was 1.2 million bells. So he gave it to me, and I was wearing it. And then the other dude, Toko Light, he asked me if he could have it. And I was like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna really wear it. Or I mean, like, I would wear it, but I'll be able to find it later, so sure, you can have it. And the kid was like, no, don't give it to him. And I was like, why? And he's like, that thing's worth, like, he said you could sell it for like 300 grand. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize that it was a high ticket, high price item. So I was like, all right, never mind then. And then at some point I went to my closet and I changed my wardrobe, and I think it's either when he left or he went back into it and he took the thing back. And then the next day I saw that the thing was for sale for 1.2 million bells, and I was like, Jesus. And then I thought about selling it, because I thought for sure it would sell, you know, I didn't think the kid knew how much it sold for, and I'm guessing he did like time glitching and infinite item glitches and all that. That's why he just gave me a crown that was for 1.2 million bells. And well, this was the stream that you had come to my island on, which was I don't know, like a week and a half ago, or maybe that was 2 weekends ago. Because I did stream a couple of days ago, but no one really showed up, and I just kind of played for a bit, and then I bounced out. But that one day where I had you guys on my island, that was the only day that I've had anybody on my island. Cool flannel umbrella, which, I don't know, I always think the umbrellas are kind of stupid and pointless. I don't really use them. Thank you. Thank you so much. So how's your island coming along? So I've been struggling with the flowers, because I want to have like a decent garden somewhere at some point. All my hybrids, I just suck at it. And I had my museum right here, but I wanted to have this like branching path around this thing. I'm gonna probably bring it out a little bit, but I like this little pattern here. I'm going to pretty much do the same pattern now that my museum is up on top of the cliff. And I did like this pattern. I tried to get this damn sign centered into that, but I can't get it. So swing and a miss. Do you by chance have oranges? Because is the oranges. That's the only fruit that I'm missing. I believe. Right, we got coconuts, peaches, apples, cherries, pears, and oranges are the only ones that I don't have. Why do I keep picking this stuff up? I can't pick it up. My pockets are full. Well, if you got some oranges, that would be pretty sweet. Like I said, if you have any, like, what is it, mums, lilies, or roses, then that would be cool too. If you don't have them, then don't worry about it. And yeah, I'll open this thing in a minute, and then you can just go by and do whatever you gotta do. Let me just connect the old internet for some online play then. Roger. Shh. Over. So who all do you want to invite? Only my friends. I missed the code on that one. Does he tell you again? Yeah, he does. F9P73. Time to sell some stuff. And that's what I figured you'd probably running around. Oh. Oops. Let's see what the turnip prices are today. 70 bells. I didn't know that the turnip bell could, or the turnip prices could go up to 800 bells. I thought it was like 200-300 maybe, because that's all I've really seen. Let's see, we got that elephant slide, sell some peaches. Got that espresso maker, that's gotta go home. The sea bass model, the pot rack. The Macram tapestry. Look at all the fun things that I've brought in today. Done. I'll take it. Got that 1950s mixing bowl. It was right on my countertop. Oh, yeah, it's apparently it's 800, which, man, I'm gonna start saving up now, at least putting some bells aside somewhere. That way, I mean, if for any reason I ever see it go that high, the highest that, I mean, if I don't have turnips, I don't bother asking them what the price is, but now I'm gonna start paying more attention to that kind of thing. Just because it makes sense to kind of have your finger on the pulse of like how much they're going for. But the highest I've seen and the highest I've sold for was like 147, which I did the other day. I had spent like 100 grand. Alright, that looks okay. Whoops. That's my upstairs so far. I guess we're done with that for right now. Van Buren 20. That actually sounds like... That sounds like somebody I watched like a long time ago. So whoever that is, I have not seen their stuff maybe ever, but that it definitely sounds familiar. I probably did watch their stuff at least like back in the day. Let's see, I don't really like that pot rack. Got the Seabass model. I'm not sure where I would put that. Maybe we'll just put it right here. Zay Davis. Hello. I'm not sure who you are. I've never seen you before, but how's it going? I keep getting these weird comments on my YouTube videos of these like, oh, your video is great, and then the next comment from the same person is, you're doing really amazing content, keep up the great work. And then when you go to reply to it, the comment is gone. And then you go and look at their YouTube page, and they have like 180,000 subscribers. And then they have videos on like, at least one of them, it was basically like a how-to YouTube page, like how to get more subscribers, how to engage with your audience, and it's like a spam kind of thing. And I see these weird people, like names that I've never seen before, like Zay Davis. I'm not even sure who you are. I've been getting these weird, like, one time they stop by, they say hey, and then you never see them again. They just disappear for the rest of forever. And I always wonder if some of these people are just even real people, or if they're just kind of like some spam robots on a desk somewhere, and they just kind of go through, hoping to send a little, hey, how's it going? Trying to get you to somehow go to their page or click on their stuff. It's weird if you make like a, I don't know, a video where you're just talking and it's like a serious topic or something, then someone comes by and has this just ridiculously fake comment of like, oh wow, your content is so funny and informing, you know, I'm subscribing, and then they don't actually ever subscribe. I guess we'll, do you need a pot rack? I don't like the pot rack. It look okay, but it won't really match my, do you need a fragrance diffuser? I don't really want that thing either. I gotta go put the elephant slide out onto the beach. I kind of like that element slide. It's kind of dumb because you can't use it. Let's see what this dope is. I'm gonna catch the biggest, baddest fish on the island. No, you're not, because you don't even have a line in the water. And, yeah, there are no fish in the water. And I can just push your ass out of the way. That's great. I love Ruby. Staying trendy, little ears. You're giving me a thing? Yeah, I'll give her the fragrance diffuser. Oh my gosh. Is this a fragrance diffuser? I love this color. I'm so going to show this off in my house as soon as I figure out where it is. Acid wash jacket. I'll take it. She gave me this this cardigan that I'm wearing just last night, so that was kind of cool. I guess we'll try the acid wash jeans. Actually, I already have those, so I don't think I need them. Oh, acid wash jacket. Yeah, that'll work. Welcome, chum. Have a look. No rush at all. Compression tights. Ooh. Got that extra large backpack. I guess we'll buy that. We should probably buy a bunch of stuff from him. Really looking forward to how this game is going to pan out in the future. Like, I'm really curious to see if they're going to be adding stores to this, or if they're just going to be adding new characters that come by and they're sort of like a travel shop, where it's like random, they show up every once in a while. But I was hoping for this game to kind of play out like kind of like New Leaf in terms of like the main street and the stores themselves, but that doesn't seem to be the case so far. Which isn't really that big of a deal, it's kind of a bummer. Like, I think KK, I think he should still have his own club. I mean, these should be things that you could, like, have the buildings there if you want, or you can get rid of them if you don't want. Like, you should be forced to have the town hall, but it should be like, hey, if you don't want the shop anymore, you should be able to get rid of it. If you don't want the Able Sisters around anymore, you should be able to get rid of them if you want. Man, we got flowers just going out of control over here. That's the thing, I need to tidy this area up. It's just a mess. Yeah. I don't know if those will be making a return or what. I mean, New Leaf, it was just packed to the top with all that Nintendo content. It's like I was saying before, I mean, my rooms in New Leaf, they were just packed with just Nintendo garbage. Like, I had Metroids, and I had frickin' R-Wings, and I had like Triforces and Wario 1-ups and mushrooms and fireballs, and I mean, those things would look great in this game. And hopefully they come back. I really hope that they do. Even if it's not all of them, or even if it's not the same things and it's like new stuff. Then again, I'm also not sure if those things were all originally in the game or if that was just the New Leaf update. Because I know the New Leaf update, like, added just so many things to the game, to where there was people that played New Leaf, or the Welcome Amiibo update, that's what I meant. There were so many people that played New Leaf that played it for like the first several years, and then they didn't go back to it until way later, and then they were like, oh my god, this is like a brand new game. Like, I heard a few people actually say that in reviews and videos. And I was like, man, probably, hopefully, how this game would be. Like, if you stop playing it, you know, in the next 6 months, and then in like 2 years, you pick it back up again, you're like, wow, I didn't realize they added so much to this. Like, hopefully it's like that. And hopefully we get the next update to the game pretty soon. What did you think of the 10.0 Switch update? You can finally map controller buttons. I mean, it's kind of like, it's about time. Being able to physically move your game files and stuff between the internal and the SD card, that's actually something that was really needed. Because there's times you have only a certain amount of room on one or the other, and then you have to delete something else. Let's see what the espresso maker looks like. See, I ain't even got a spot to put it. I thought about selling my my Nintendo Switch because I finally spent the $30K on the Animal Crossing Switch. But I kind of want to have all 3 Switches, and hopefully in the future they add some new updates to the Joy-Cons so you can have different ones. Yeah, the map and buttons is great for like NES games. If you're just playing with the regular Joy-Cons or the Pro Controller, the buttons are like backwards for pretty much every game. So, you know, the old hold down the run and the jump with Mario, it's like it's backwards. It doesn't really work that great. Any other NES game where it's like a run and gun shooter, like there's that Ninja, one of the latest games that came out with the, I forget the name of it, Ninja something, it's that Ninja game. And it's not something you really notice until you actually are playing and the buttons are backwards, and then you're like, man, it's just something about it. You're like, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good to have your NES buttons backwards for when you're running and jumping and shooting. You was thinking more about with a GameCube controller with Zelda, and that would work too. I played Breath of the Wild with the GameCube controller, and it becomes kind of weird because the X is the jump, so that feels kind of weird. Ooh, late night musician. Yeah, I saw it. You play guitar and stuff, right? How long you been playing? Welcome, Z64. Oh, really? I always wanted to play piano. I'm just not, I'm not suited for the piano. I've been playing guitar since I was, I don't know, like 12? Yeah, when I was like 13, I saved up $375 because when I was 12, I was bussing tables without a work permit, pretty much illegally, and I was making bank. I was bussing tables, and my mom basically got me the job, and she was the waitress, and I was pretty much friends with all her friends, so yeah, she pretty much helped hook me up all the time, and I always had like a giant pocket full of like ones. Like at one point I had like, I don't know, I made like $150 and they were all $1 bills, and I had this fistful of $1 bills that were in my pocket. But anyways, I saved up like $375 was how much this Epiphone Explorer was. And my friend was like, oh man, they had this guitar downtown at this, it was pretty much like a CD shop. And then I went down there and here, you want the colorful wheel? I went there and I bought this guitar in this hard case, and then I pretty much walked all the way home. Oh, you got the grand piano, billiard table, nice, arcade combat, colorful wheel, arcade fighting, arcade mahjong, a train set. Oh man, you're hooking me up. A street organ. So what is... Here, you want a, do you want a squat toilet? A saxophone. Effects rack. Oh, nice. Effects rack. Dude, you're just dropping all this shit everywhere. I ain't even got room for it. Foosball, jukebox, paper lantern, whirlpool bath. Oh, that's gonna be great, dude. Thank you. I always wish I took actual percussion, because I've been playing drums since I was 14. Get out of my way, go. Yeah, I was thinking about doing the old bandstand out on the rocks. I thought about doing that. Let's see what this grand piano looks like. I think that's where it will go for now. Floor light, arcade. Hell yeah. Dude, thank you so much. Let's see, we'll put that. Grand piano, arcade mahjong. What is this colorful? Oh, dude, that colorful wheel is like extra special. If you get the flower on the skull you lose. The flower on it, you win a brand new Animal Crossing Nintendo Switch, paid for by me. Oh, okay, that's what I was wondering. I was like, you're just dropping all this stuff in front of me. Alright, let me go back. I gotta go back inside and get the storage. Because I do gotta order all this stuff. Which I would probably order it anyway, because the grand piano, that's gonna be something that I definitely need. So let's see, what did I put? Do you need a retro gas pump or a dartboard or any other things? No, I won't be a dick and just steal the stuff, but you didn't, you did say like, I'll bring it to catalog, but then you just started dropping all this stuff and I was like, sweet. Have a pot rack. Let's see what the what's the effects rack look like? Let's see. I had that. TV camera, pool bath, jukebox. I think I have the jukebox, but there's multiple jukeboxes, so it doesn't really say. Yeah, I got all of those. If you want the squat toilet or the the pot rack, you can just have those because I was just gonna sell them. Although I'm guessing you're full. You're probably full up because you just grabbed so much crap. Wait, keep the wheel and the arcade machines. You need the dartboard. Okay, I'll keep those. If you want the dartboard, I can just give you the dartboard. And then if you want, I mean, I can go to the shop because there's other stuff that I don't have, but that I do have. I could order it and then send it to you. So you can have the dartboard. Is there anything else that you would enjoy having? You need a wheelchair. You need a blue corner. It's funny. I don't know where I got the blue corner from. It was just in my pocket, and then I threw it out, and it took up the whole room. And I was like, "Geez." Growing collection. Now I have 500 of. Yeah, I wonder what else they got for this. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Did you see the video about the typo that's in Animal Crossing? He did this giant video on it. I forget the dude's name. Effects rack or the billiard table. My wrestling masks. I'm guessing that's at the old Able Sisters. I don't think I went in there today, so I'm not sure what they got. it's weird too because of time skipping. So I played earlier, and by today is basically as soon as I started this stream, it's a new day for me. She's like, what the hell is he doing? Whoops. See, I don't really often go into the dressing room, so I forgot that there's like all sorts of stuff. Like I asked on Twitter, like, what's an item that you saw other people have, like, right from the start that you just never got? And for me, it was the wand. Like, I actually just got the recipe for the bamboo wand the other day. But I needed one more star fragment to make the thing. She's like, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, and some people have had wands like right from the very beginning. Like I think later I'm gonna fast forward the clock ahead. Just so I can see if I can get some more star fragments. And then I know that there's the different, what do they call it? Like the Aries and the Sagittarius, like the, whatever you call those fragments. And then you can make like special stuff with that. And I haven't seen or gotten, like, I haven't gotten any of those. I still need the robot. And then I've thought about putting a bunch of wind turbines, but I haven't seen anybody actually use them, so I'm not sure how big they are. Then every time I go to buy one of these, I actually just kind of skip it, because I'm not sure exactly how much stuff I need for that. The antenna's cool, and so is the cotton candy stall. I thought about putting in my little park area. I wish there was a different lifeguard chair. I don't really like that. Get the porta potty. I guess I'll get the stall. 'Cause I gotta go do some island jumping later. Like I've probably been to like 30 different islands, and I've only ever gotten like some of the special ones like once. Like I've never gotten the Money Rock Island. I've never gotten there's one of the other ones that I never got. Alright, how many does that make? Well, I have tulips. The ones that I don't have are the roses, the mums, and the lilies. And then the only fruit that I don't have is the, you can have the dartboard. I don't really like it that much. Maybe I'll make it at some other point, but you can have it. You gave me a bunch of stuff, so it's only fair. So, like, what happens if you are to go into the little ATM? Like, when you see all the stuff on there, is it all the stuff that I have, or can you, or no, actually you can't access it, right? Yeah, take that. Oh, wow, I finally got a blue, what are these flowers called? I always mix them up. Windflower. So that's pretty cool. I didn't think I was ever gonna get a hybrid. Like, so far I've only ever made one blue windflower. Yeah, that's what I thought. My town's tune is just some random garbage. I just took the little sliders and moved them up and down, up and down. I actually switched it. Like, I switched it yesterday. Alright, these coconut trees, they're out of control. Yeah, that's okay. You forgot the orange, if that's alright. You got a PS4? Have you by chance been playing Final Fantasy VII at all? I do not, and I've been hearing things about the game, and I mean, Final Fantasy VII is probably my favorite game of all time. And that stimulus check should be coming around. I think I'm gonna be getting it. I still have to sign up on the portal because I didn't do taxes last year, I think it was. So I think I have to sign up for it and then get it after the fact. But I'm gonna be buying a PS4, which is kind of exciting, but it's also kind of like, if I didn't love Final Fantasy VII so much, I would just be waiting. Do you want that turtle? I've only found him once, and it was on an island. And then, oh Jesus, I didn't know that it scoffed at you. I've never actually touched it. That is so far the only animal I know that when you put it down, it doesn't go into a tank. Like every other fish, every other fly, every other insect, every other bug, you put it down and it goes into a little tank. And so far that turtle, I'm not sure if there's, I'm guessing there's probably other turtles. And the thing has actually scared me before. I've come like running around and I thought it was a tarantula, and then I went running the other direction, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's just my turtle. Oh, that's right, he wants money. I'm guessing that there's more turtles. I have just yet to find them. And I mean, I tried catching more of them when I was on that one island that I found them on. And I only caught like 3 or 4. And I wanted to see how much they sold for. I completely forget though. I wasn't paying much attention. And then I gave one, of course, to the old museum, which I did have back down there, but it was just too much in the way, so I ended up just putting it up here. And it's kind of out of the way, and I thought about putting stairs here, but I think I'm going to put a sideways staircase here, and then kind of encapsulate with some earth. And then, I don't know exactly, I thought about either moving the campsite and building this all out as a third tier and just making it giant, but I'm not exactly sure yet. And then down here is like my secret beach. I want to have like a decent pathway to get to there. I thought about just chopping this down and having it go around, but I kind of want like a staircase to go down to it, but it kind of takes up too much room, I think, so I don't know, I haven't quite figured out what I want to yet with that. I haven't figured out what to do with a lot of stuff. Like up here, I like this little pond, and I kind of, well, it was a pond actually. It used to be a pond, and then I put the pool there. But it reminded me like of Breath of the Wild or something for some reason, putting all the pines around it. But there's nothing else really going on up there, so I thought about maybe moving the store up there. But I'm not really sure. I wish you could move the resident service building. Like that's the only thing that you can't move. Yeah, and that's a problem too, using the bridges and inclines, like using them smartly. I'm like almost getting to the max of bridges. I think I got a total of 6 on my island. I can't really tell. Like I wish they just gave you like an infinite amount that you could do, and if you wanted to have bridges everywhere and they clogged up your town, then you know, too bad for you, but it was at least your choice. Kind of the same for villagers. Like 10 is a decent amount, but I think it's city folk, you can have a total of 15. I want to say the max that they ever did was 15 villagers. So going back down to 10 is kind of like, you know, if the houses are everywhere and it's clogging up your island, that should be your own fault. Like when I first started the game, I thought the island wasn't really big enough. I thought with the amount of items that they were going to have in this game that it might be better off like if they made the island bigger, and it didn't really seem that big at first. And it's plenty big for the amount of items that they do have, but I don't know, I still kind of wish that they maybe made it a little bit bigger, just for the fact that you could have like a total of 15 or 20 villagers. Or even in the future, hopefully the buildings would be bigger, or you could get like a duplex and have like multiple villagers living in one house, like pair them up. That would be kind of fascinating, having like a giant mansion that you could have like 5 villagers live in instead of 5 separate houses. I mean, why do they all need their own little house? Yeah, I've seen people do that, the kind of little excavation site next to it. That's what I need. I need a shovel. I don't know, playing so much this game though, it's been taking up so much of my damn time. Yeah, that's all I was hoping for, was that you could add, like all the way on the left side of my island, you have like the you have the little like pier walkway, and then there's also that little piece of island that sticks out, everybody's little like thinking area or fishing area. And I tried adding some land to it, but unfortunately you can't. And that's a little bit of a bummer. 'Cause you can change everything else. Did you see the video of the guy that he flooded his island? It's like, what happens if I were to flood my New Horizons island? And that seemed like a lot of work just for that one video. I'm sure that guy probably regretted doing that. He said it took like 6 hours just to remove like the main cliffs. Not to mention after that, you know, flatten everything out, getting rid of all the trees and flowers, selling all of it, putting it all in storage. I mean, that's just ridiculous. The effects track is pretty cool. Catalog the pinball machine. Yeah, it's funny because I actually just found that right when I started this, and I've been looking for pinball machines. I've been waiting for some of them to show up. I think there's maybe like a total of like 5, something like that. It's not too many. Game seems like it has a lot of freaking items, like a ridiculous amount. Oh, you also have acoustic. That's what I've been waiting for, is to find some guitars. In New Leaf, I had like all of them. I had like the Strats and the Flying V's and the acoustics, and you know, there's a whole bunch of different colors for them. Oh, the Palm Tree Land. Yeah, Arcade Combat. Arcade Shop. I'm guessing the acoustic guitar is probably just a brown regular Dreadnought style. Oh, you want me to keep all of that? I will. You don't have to twist my arm. guess I'm gonna put the train sound on for right now. I think there's other train sets too, yeah? Thing even has the sound for it. Like when you move the effects rack, the casters on it have the actual sound for it. Yeah, I always wanted a bed like that in real life. One of my friends, when he lived in like a small apartment, he made a frame for like a twin, and then underneath it he had his computer and his TV. It was a pretty cool setup. And if you make it big enough, it's almost like a little man cave. Feels like a tent, like you're camping underneath your bed. That's why when I first saw the bunk bed, I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna definitely put that in my room. So now I got my cool tape-to-tape reel, I got my record bins, my cool record player. That one's cool, but then I saw this one, and I thought this one was kind of more high def. I dig it. Let's see, catch a fish, grow some fruit trees, sell some items. Let's see what I got to sell. Noticing that there's really no more eggs left. I mean, my date is pushed ahead, but it's kind of crazy that all the eggs are gone now. Like, I never thought that day was gonna happen. I thought we would just keep seeing eggs and keep seeing eggs. Yeah, but that almost like my bunk, but it has a desk on the bottom of it instead. I already read that. Okay, that's right. D-Dub, welcome. What do you need today? I want to sell. Of course. What you offering? Give you some fruit, some rocks, some of this, some of that. Got all my floor lights. I need to go and place those. All the fine things you brought. And done. 11,000 bells. Nice. So dude, since you've been playing piano and guitars forever, you ever record anything? You ever make any songs or an album? You got any sample projects anywhere? That's right, I need to make some nets, or a net, and a shovel. I need that flyer for that butterfly right there. Let's see, I think never finished anything. I used to go into the studio with my old band. We went in like 3 different times and did like 6 or 7 song EPs. I have all of them except for one of them. And I was in another band, and another band, and another band. I was in a bunch of different bands. Let's see, I got 2 fishing poles, 2 axes. Got the shovel. I got 3 axes. God, put that away. Need to lay down some fencing at some point. So what you been doing with the patterns? I just discovered the pitfall seed. Nice. 'Cause I'm not really good at the patterns. Like I see some people are just really good at the custom patterns, and for me, I haven't really used any of the patterns. Like the one like real custom pattern I did was like the eyebrows, and then these other ones here like Isabelle and this moon. I tried doing the leaf, which I mean that thing just looks not good. And then these other ones I just scanned QR codes. Wait, did you plant the pitfall seed there? Was I supposed to fall into that? Because it's weird how now, like, I was used to playing New Leaf and I would always stop when running over the little cracks because, I mean, you would fall into them almost no matter what. And now that's just like, it's not even a problem. Unless you put the pitfall seeds down. So, I mean, I got the recipe to it, so now I guess I should stick it in the ground and then fall into it. So you can take a picture. Pity party. Enjoy some bonus Nook Miles to commemorate the creation of your first pit. Just make sure you don't fall victim to your own handiwork. The Wild Child Troublemaker. 300 Nook Miles. Nice. So right, you can put little taglines with each of your costumes, because that's kind of cool. If I fell into your pit trap, would that have given you like points or something? Oh, did you? I gotta be honest, I've never played Majora's Mask. That's actually the one Zelda game that I've not yet played. And I've been meaning to get to it, but it's like, it's one of those things where when I do it, that's just like all I want to play. That way I can just kind of do it and just get through it, because I know there's a lot of, like, if you never played it before, it's, kind of like it's quite its own task and undertaking. More so than like a lot of other games, especially retro games, just because of the fact that you're bouncing all around, you're trying to figure it out. And I mean, I don't know if I could beat that game without a walkthrough. I think it'd be impossible without a walkthrough, just trying to figure it out. Like, that's kind of one of the shames now, is that games don't do that anymore. They don't allow them to be hard. They're just like, oh, we'll make it extra easy and you'll be alright. Oh, you never actually beat it? Then how far did you get? I'm not even sure. I'm not sure like what like the fastest time is for that game. It's weird. Only one of my friends had that game back in the day, and I remember seeing some of it, but it was like a Zelda game that I just really wasn't familiar with, and I'm still not. I mean, I'm familiar with like the world and a lot of the masks, but even still, if I watch like videos on it, there's certain areas that I've still never seen, which is kind of crazy to think about, that even though they reuse textures from Ocarina of Time, it's like, I don't think they could do that same thing again today. Like, you would think even with Breath of the Wild 2, which, yeah, we're in different times, it's not like they're using N64 hardware, but I mean, imagine if Breath of the Wild 2 had come out, 13 months after the original. Like, I mean, here we are, we're on 3 years, and it's not out, and it's basically, without a doubt, they're using the same engine and everything. Which I think people have that kind of confused, because even though Majora's Mask has a lot of the same like textures and characters, and even not necessarily like models, but like movements, like in Ocarina of Time, in the courtyard by the stores, you have like the dancing guy and the girl. And I know that they use that again. I think it's like the same model of the chick and the guy, except the guy has like different hair, and the girl, they gave like a dress. But it's kind of weird when you think like Ocarina of Time isn't really, I mean, it's so much different than Majora's Mask. You mean like bamboo shoots? I think I have 4. I had a bunch of bamboo at one point, and I started cutting it down because I was just putting it in like stupid random places. So I think I have 4 shoots. Because whenever I go to like one of the mystery islands or whatever, there's always whenever I get the bamboo island, there's always a bunch of them around. Haha. I got you good. Hey, Dagnabbit, working up a good sweat? Been in any cool fitness training programs lately? Nope. See, I guess you have more sit-down hobbies as well. Maybe we can get together for some table tennis sometime. And then, I bet if I go into his house, he probably doesn't even have table tennis there. He's probably just saying that. Majora's Mask has what, 23 or 26 masks? I think it's one of those. I think I'm right on 23. Which is a bit, because you have to go through like the whole 3-day cycle just to get each one, don't you? So I mean, I can see how that game would probably be maddening. Like, that might be one I don't know if I could actually do. Just for the fact, because like, I don't know if it would necessarily be fun sitting there going through like a walkthrough to do every little step. At that point, you're like, why don't you just let someone else play the game or watch like a Let's Play or like a speedrun of it? So I don't know, that might be a game. Maybe I read like a little bit on it and then actually jump into it, because I got my sealed copy for the DS like over here on the shelf. I left it sealed because I was like, if I open it, I want to play it, and I don't want to open it and play it for like 20 minutes and then put it down. Ooh, beer decoration. I gotta sell that. Okay, let me sell some of my stuff. I forget, it takes like, what is it, a total of an hour of actual gameplay for the 3 days to go by, so it seems pretty stressful in terms of like trying to get certain things done by a certain point before the clock resets. So it seems like very anxiety driving and inducing game. I like to explore and mess around and waste time. So I feel like there would be certain times I would be like, oh no, like just being like uneasy trying to get the next thing done and having wasted too much time and then being like, damn it. Because everyone's got a story about playing it on the original N64 about like trying to save and how every time you save you lose your rupees up into a certain point, or I think every time, I forget which one it is. It's like you're not paying attention. You have a lot of like, god damn it. Black bass, the most metal fish of all time. Oh, here's my pears, nice. Okay, here can go some more of these floor lights. Oh, that's right. I can't put them down. Look, I dug up 1,000 bells. Excellent. Look, I dug up 1,000 bells. Nice. What a Madagascan sunset moth. I found that the other day and I was like, it was the first new thing that I found in a while. Are you leaving bells everywhere? Yeah, I thought so. I was like, I don't ever find bells just buried. And then I'm starting to bury them all, or dig them up. Like, what? I thought about putting a third bridge right here and having this little, bridge runaround circle that I could just do over and over. But then I thought about being smart with the amount of bridges that I put everywhere. Kai, how many bells do you have? Do you have like a bunch of them saved up? I pretty much spent all my bells. I'm not sure there'll be a time where I ever can get really super ahead. I was kind of ahead for a bit because I found a Tarantula Island. And I was able to sell all the tarantulas to Flick, and I got like 480,000 from that, which was pretty good amount. Instead of, I would have got like 280,000 instead, just from selling it to these guys. And then for a few days I was rife with cheddar, but then I finished paying off my house, because yeah, the loans are ridiculous. But I guess they did that just to stunt the progression a little bit, because, I mean, I guess if you just pretty much upgraded the town and you got the store and then you pretty much got Project KK, like, I mean, that's pretty much the end for regular progression other than paying off your house. So I'm kind of wondering if in the future they're gonna add like more quests. I mean, that would be cool if there was like a second part to the game where it's like, hey, we're adding the next 2 stores, and then you have to go talk to Tom Nook, get more bells, you know, do a couple other things just to get the stores up and running. I wonder if that might be a thing. I don't know. I'm still wondering if they're gonna have Cypress or Cyrus and the other one there. I wonder if they're gonna add them to the game. I have a full bell tree. I think that was the one I planted yesterday. I just planted the next one, which is somewhere over right in the middle of the square there. I think a New Leaf, I think the most expensive loan, I want to say it's like, I don't know, 600 grand or something like that. Because it would be like going from one loan to the next. It would only raise by like a slight little bit. It wasn't really that much. And in this game, it's like, after like the first loan being like $180,000, the next one was like 400. Like it jumped really quick. Or at least it seemed. I like that he was just kind of flinging his coin around. So many houses only have one villager. What do you mean? You mean in terms of like the people that have been on my island? that palm tree lamp. I can't wait to just put those everywhere. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I guess a lot of them, they don't like interacting. They just want to stay inside and stay away from me, I guess. Trying to find people that have... I don't really have any space or sci-fi stuff. Like, I've seen people have, you know, there's like a space shuttle, or there's actually like the main rocket, and then there's like a moon rover. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that I haven't seen any of. Like, I've seen some of it in people's, just people's videos. It's pretty much, you need to visit a lot of islands. You need like your own community, which is, I mean, the only part of like YouTube being a plus, I don't have that many people. I got like you and like one other person, and I've been meaning to get a hold of one of my other friends. He's probably got some of that stuff, but I don't really actually know, especially because I haven't talked to him. I messaged him on Facebook, and I was like, dude, I gotta come to your island, and vice versa. And he hit me back up with a message that I still haven't actually read yet, so I still gotta do that. Maybe he's got some of the stuff. But let's see what's in Ruby's house. I haven't been in her house in a minute. Right, it's this one. Last I knew, I thought she just had, just the boring, regular layout. I thought. I like Ruby. She was like my second villager. But yeah, last I thought she didn't really have anything in her house. Yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah, I need to come back in when she's working on that workbench, see if she'll give me a recipe. The folks on the island, they're here to see. Now they're here, and I have a chance to get to my fan base. I got to go say hi. I want you to give me some. Feel free to look at all my stuff and validate my life choices. So she doesn't have a workbench. Is this, like, how would she ever give me a recipe for this stuff? I wonder if you can actually get all those things. I don't know. I haven't seen any of these in anybody else. I did see like a space ship, but I didn't see stuff floating around like this. That shuttle would be cool. So I don't know if you make these, if you can get these like meteors, if you can like put them up off the ground, floating up above you. That's like the next, that's like the next frontier for like the next Animal Crossing game would be to have stuff floating up above you. Can I just give her a workbench. I don't know. Because every other villager's house has a workbench, so I'm not exactly sure how that works. She doesn't have one. That's why for a minute I thought like the moon rover car, I thought that might have been it. But yeah, I haven't visited her house probably since like a couple days. And the last I knew, she just had, I want to say she had the same floor, but like just regular furniture. She didn't really have anything like cool like that. And that stuff is sweet. She didn't have anything like that. And everyone else is outside having fun. Basically like, come and find me. I probably should go and make a workbench and then give it to her. I got one. Maybe I should just give it to her. I don't know if she'll use it though, since she was one of my first villagers. They say your first like 3 villagers, they won't use any of the stuff that you give them. Actually, I don't know if she was like one of the, she might have been like the 4. I'm not exactly sure. I'll still give her a workbench. I wish I could go in her house and just set it down for her. Here's my new neighbor, Pearl. Oh, feathers, this place is a terrible mess. That is a good excuse, my dear. I just moved here today after all. Still, I hate for you to say. Where are my manners? My name is... Oh, I don't mean to be rude, but let's continue this chat once I put everything in its proper place. She looks kind of weird with her eyelashes on the bottom of her eyes. Those should be the opposite way. Stone table recipe. Really? They give visitors recipes? The stone table. I think I might have that. I wonder if that's a thing. Like, I wonder if they'll give you stuff that I have, but if it's a brand new thing that I don't have, if they would give it to you first before giving it to me. I think let's see which one is the stone table. See, that actually surprised me. I didn't think villagers would give visitors anything like that. Let's see, this stone table. Yeah, I have the stone table. Like, one of the things I've been wanting to make is like this, but I need the pine bonsai tree and the cherry bonsai blossom, and I didn't get either of those. And then there's also this log, extra long sofa, but I need the log sofa, and I don't have the log sofa, because that's kind of a cool bed sofa. Let's see, I gotta make that. Oh, so you already have the stone table. Yeah. That's what I thought too. I mean, I'm not sure. I wonder, it kind of makes me wonder, like, what order people got some of the first items in. Because, I mean, the first things I was able to craft was, like, you know, the workbench, the fire, like, the log stool, the tiki torch, and then pretty much like these items here, and then it became the rest of like the wood block stuff. And even then, there's still other items to them that I haven't seen or haven't got yet. I wonder if I'll ever get them. 'Cause, I mean, I guess with the blossom thing, the whole blossom, would that be in kind of screwed over with all the egg stuff. I'm guessing I missed out on some of this stuff because I have like, you know, bonsai shelf cherry, bonsai blossom. I don't have that, and I don't have the pine bonsai tree, so you need those. I kind of hate how some of the stuff you need other things first to make them, like the which one is it? Like some of these wood things, you need like the wooden block toy first to make a stereo. And it's like if for some reason you didn't get that recipe, it's like you're never making that. And I'm sure there's people out there that are like not able to make certain things because they didn't get a certain recipe, and they're just waiting to have it pop out of the sky or something, and then it just doesn't happen. I mean, it might take like a whole year for that to happen, like for that pine bonsai tree. I mean, that might take like a whole year for me to actually get the thing to be able to use it. So let's see, I'm gonna make this deer decoration. And I'm gonna see what they buy it off me for, because it's today's hot item. Now let me ask you, when you craft things, do you mash the A button just to make your guy move super fast? I love doing that. Alright, I'm gonna go sell these 4 that I've made. Let's see what they give me for it. I started seeing on YouTube, and then I actually clicked on it. You know how you look at certain things, and then on YouTube it'll show you like ads for it. Well, I was looking at like for this KK controller, and I see that when you go on eBay, these things are going for $49.99 through Target, but then through other people, they're up to $99.99. Like there's listings for it for $100, and I was like, seriously? I don't think anybody was dumb enough to buy it, hopefully. But still, they have them for sale for that much. They have them for like 70, 80, 90, and 100. Alright, today's high value hot item. Yes, it's like almost $2,000 each, probably $1,750 for today's hot item. Let's go give Ruby this DIY bench. I guess that's only if she'll take it though, because I can't just drop it off at her house. See, I think I'm gonna move one of the other villagers. I think I'm gonna move their house here, because I kind of like having them in a row. Like, it was just by randomness that I put these first 3 here, but my house used to be like right smack dab right here. And then I put their 2 over there. One of the other things I don't like is when you have a pre-existing house and then you set down the next one next to it, it's like, it's hard to judge. Like right here, I got all 3 of these, like I got their doorstep like perfectly aligned. I mean, that to me would be worth it, just to have that amount of space. But then the other one's over here. Like I placed this one down after this house, and I did it like 3 or 4 different times trying to get it to line up just right, and it really seemed like the edge of the line was gonna be right on this space, and that this step here, I mean, the step is like extra. It's almost like the line is for the door, not for the step. So I lined it up here, and then it was back by a half space too much. that kind of makes me mad because you gotta spend, I guess, the 50 grand just to move it back that much, which kind of sucks. So you can pretty much build anything else or move your own house, but then if you want to move a villager's house just by a little bit, I would hope in the future maybe they make it like a random calculation. If you want to move a house by 2 little spaces, it'd be like $6,000. But if you're gonna move it all the way to the other side of your island, then it's like 50 grand. Don't go around looking in places you shouldn't, okay? Because it's like, it could be, well, I totally don't want to say incriminating, but hands in your pockets, please. D-Dub, it's fun to have you over. We have to do this more. I agree. Hi there, what do you need? I want to give you this workbench, but like, I can't use the item right now. You want to practice being pop stars together? See? That's also the other thing, is the females are all like, oh, we're going to be singing and we're going to be pop stars and we're going to be on like American Idol, and then all the males are just basically like, we're going to work out, we're going to work out, we're going to pump iron. Like super calves and super abs, and like my deltoids and my triceps are gonna be like, they're gonna be super. And you're like, okay. Hey D-Dub. Hi D-Dub Toady. She's got a workbench. Do you have anything fun planned for later? I'm not the best at small talk. See, like, it's also weird that they don't want to come over your house anymore. I'm guessing the people in New Leaf didn't like that, or, I mean, like, the villagers, they don't come knocking on your doors, they don't ask if they can come check out your house, they don't tell you to come check out their house, they don't give you, like, a time, like, they've taken all that away, so I don't know if any of that is going to be making a return. I could almost go with no, it's probably not. I mean, I feel like all the things that they took out from previous games, like stuff like that, I feel like if they just basically put every single feature Animal Crossing ever had into this game, it would be like, I think, the perfect mix of things. Like, even though we're crafting and stuff, I feel like the wishing well, like, to get certain new items, like, I feel like that could be something that they could bring back. Things like having your villagers come and knock on your door and show up and want to, like, mess around in your house. There's definitely still reasons to go back to New Leaf. I think people are going to act like there's not, but then, I mean, in like a year from now, people will be wanting to go back to it, so it kind of makes sense. I have not played New Leaf since playing this game, but I know probably in the next couple weeks I'm probably going to be going back to all of them. Like, even though a lot of people say City Folk is their least favorite, it's my least favorite just because of the way that it controls. Like, I absolutely can't stand pointing at the TV. But, I don't know, that game, even though I didn't really play that much of it, it kind of holds like a, I don't know, the way that it looks, the colors, like the smoothness to everything. I mean, people basically just say it was like a more HD version of Wild World, which, I mean, most people that play Wild World now, they play it on the Wii U Virtual Console, and man, the captured footage from that, it looks pretty bad. It makes the game look worse than it really is, I would say. I wish I bought that cartridge. Like, I bought it on the Virtual Console, and for the longest time, Wild World was at my local GameStop, and there was this one day, there was like these two guys that were in there, and they bought that, and it was the only copy of it. They bought New Leaf, they bought Happy Home Designer, but Wild World would be a cool one to have. And pretty much the prices for all the games have like skyrocketed. Like, I mean, I bought bought Animal Crossing for the GameCube like, I don't know, 8 months ago, and it was, I want to say I paid 40, like $54.99 for it. And the case that it came in was brand new, and it also came with the memory card. And that was pretty important because the memory card is also like brand new. Try the stall. I still think the GameCube one, it has just such a, like, I was thinking about that the other day playing this, just the way that it looks and how much progression there's been. I mean, even though it's, you know, the GameCube version is the the ported version of the N64, but it's kind of strange when you think, like, even like 5 years ago, it's like, yeah, Animal Crossing was big, but it still wasn't like a super old franchise. Like, you still would think of it as like newer. And now here we are, and it's like, you know, Animal Crossing is 20 years old. I mean, basically in Japan, the game is 20 years old. And I mean, that's just as old as most other things. Even though, you know, Donkey Kong, Metroid, Mario, those all have an extra 15 years, 10 or 15 years on it. Or 20. They have like twice the amount of time on it. But still, the the GameCube version is just, I don't know. It's really endearing, but strange. Like, I don't know. I kind of like the camera view in that game is like something between this and this. Like, it's not quite that steep, but it kind of is actually that steep. But the way the villagers look, how their hats, the hats with the horns on it, it's so strange to think of just like what it was and what it has become now. But yeah, the original one is pretty great. That's what I need. I need a net, and I need to go to the museum. I wonder what is in this hole right here that's on the ground. Oh look, I got up 1,000 bells. I wonder where those came from. Hey, thanks for all the bells. Oh, look. I wonder what's in this. I'm not even sure what these things are called, but these holes. I don't think those have like a name technically. They're just like the dig up stars and the holes. I don't think they have a name. Oh, there's still quite a few. There was a couple that I didn't have the space for, and I didn't go back. So I thought about chopping these trees down behind here and having like a little secret bench. And that's why I kind of kept the museum out a little bit. still a bit that I haven't dug up yet. Man, it's 3 in the morning. Jeez. That means I've been streaming for like 3 hours. If that's the case, then man, that went by in literally what feels like an hour. Let's assess all these fossils. What would you like me to do? I'm a flutter. I have a talent for finding the finest of fossils. Do hope you'll consider the cultural development of Dublin is a worthy endeavor. Oh, that's right. You can't. The inconvenience of somebody being on my island means that they can't possibly take donations, which is kind of just silly. They're like, oh, somebody is on your island, so, I mean, it only makes sense. Just can't have a donation. Can't do it. Let's see, where'd you go? It's been a good couple days, probably like 4 or 5 days since I've come into the museum. I don't often really go into the museum. I think it'd be cool if you could like change the museum around, maybe change some of the colors of the lights, maybe change like the floor pattern, or select between like maybe like with the patterns that they give for you to put down on the floors, maybe you could change through like 8 or 10 or 12 different like floor patterns. Or like change some of the orders that things are put in. Or just put stupid things in the museum itself. Put like a chair down. So let's see, these are all the species of villagers. So I need a bird, a kangaroo. This is a, not even sure that's a human with a hat. And this is one of the whatever they call it. That's the dog, the bear, the good old giraffe, the rhino. I've never had a pig villager or this antler dude, and I've never had a mouse or a monkey, but I've had the rest, so I need to get some of them. See, they should have allowed to have, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 different villagers. They should have at least allowed for that many. That way you could have one of each. Did you see did you watch the boundary break from She Says on this game yet? He did it quick. I wonder if he's got the second part out yet. He said he was doing a second part. but it shows like it's not this room, it's in the aquarium room, but like up above, depending on what game you're in or whose game you're on or island or whatever, there's like a bug or like a shell or a centipede stuck up on the wall. Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. I remember watching the boundary break for New Leaf and City Folk. Like, I don't know, those were like 2-3 years ago. Yeah, it was funny how he was like running up top and then just running over the entire island. He's like, wait, stay there. And he's like, yeah, there. He's like, there you go. Oh, I got the orange hat. So all I need is oranges to put a stupid orange peel on my head. What the hell is this thing? It's like a cucumber. That's hilarious. And I'd really like to know if this is like this museum is supposed to turn into anything. Because I mean, this part here, like you see the leaves falling down, which is kind of cool. And like other than that, though, there's you would think that it would go somewhere, like it would make sense. Like I really hope Celeste makes her way back to the game, and that they add a second floor to the museum that could still pretty much give you like your secondary room that you could kind of just use as storage, but then you could also just decorate it however you want. That's what I did in New Leaf. My what do they call it? I forget what they call it. Your like observatory room or whatever. They pretty much gave you that, and I pretty much just used it. At one point, I had it completely full of gyroids, which I wish those would make a return too. And then at one point, I had it completely filled with all my Nintendo stuff. Oh, there we go. There's that music. It's 2 p.m. This is one of my favorite songs. Yeah, if you could swim off the dock to find certain sharks, that would be cool. And I can almost guarantee that that's gonna make a return for the summer for like a swimming tourney. More than likely, it's probably gonna be for that. That would be my guess. out. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end the stream. I gotta like make some food or something. It's pretty late to be like cooking, but I think I gotta go cook. Let's see, we're gonna get rid of this red one here. Save my villager on beach? What do you mean? Save my villager on beach. What? Z64 is going home. Thank you for stopping by. Dublin, the home of D-Dub, the wonderful island here in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So I'm really hoping that the swimming will make a return. I think that it's going to. I think it'd be pretty blasphemous if they just leave it out and just say, you guys don't really want that. Monsieur Bean. Welcome. I'm not sure who you are. I've never seen you before, but how's it going? Oh, you're new. I haven't seen you before. How's it going? Have you ever seen any of my videos, or have you just, did you just randomly find this live stream? I'm always curious as to how people run into my live stream, especially when they're new. And also, we're going up in viewers. We're up by a couple. We got like 2 or 3 new viewers, so hopefully if you guys are new to DW, you plan on subscribing or sticking around. I do these live streams every once in a while, and videos, they've been kind of sparse on the channel, but there'll always be more new to come. I'm still kind of figuring out what exactly I'm doing with the channel, and even though I'm a year in, I'm like still kind of just a noob. So at some point I gotta figure all this crap out. So hopefully you guys that are new stick around. You search Animal Crossing live streams and want to watch the smaller ones. Well, thanks, man. Or Monsieur Bean. Monsieur. Right, when you say your own name, do you say it like that? Do you go, Monsieur? So yeah, I'm just digging up some flowers here and trying to beautify Bluffington. We need to beautify Bluffington. If anybody understands that reference, then you were living in the 90s as a kid, just like myself. So we finally got a blue, whatever this flower is called. I always forget the names of the flowers because I'm always thinking windflower. And then I always think of the cosmos, and then I forget what the cosmos is. Right here we have a blue one. And that's good that you search that, because I actually typed that into my tags. I put like Animal Crossing, and then live stream, and then gameplay, and gaming, and yeah. I guess we'll put this blue one here for right now. How often do I stream? I definitely don't stream often enough. Because when this first came out, I mean, everybody's been streaming it. Everybody's been getting their fill of this game. Everybody's been binging it in their own time, and then every live streamer has been binging it on their live streams. And I was hoping that when this game came out that, you know, playing it and doing the live streams, that would drive traffic and subscribers, and then I'd be doing like a bunch of videos on it. And that kind of wasn't the case. Like the first few streams, it was pretty dead in terms of viewers. So then I started just kind of just saving and like streaming or capturing footage, and then I figured I was gonna start doing these like kind of video vlogs and just cutting down the Ooh, let's see what I got here. Zelda 64. Orange, you glad I sent these? I'm very orange that you did. So thank you. And thanks for stopping by, and I'm glad that you gave me some stuff. I was able to help you out with some stuff. Let's see, you got this cool green. Oh, I just was like, what the hell happened to it? So yeah, streams were supposed to be like all the time, and that kind of didn't happen. So now it's just, they're very random and sparse, as I previously said, before I said sparse. But yeah, I'm trying to get on track with a better schedule, but it's really just random. I stream not enough, but enough to know that I do stream. I just don't do it as often as I thought I would, or that I sometimes say I do. I'm like, I'll be back tomorrow with another Animal Crossing stream. And then I leave you guys hanging for the next 9 or 14 days before I do another stream. And it's not a good way to run a channel or to keep subscribers and new people coming along. So that's why I only have 200 subscribers over the course of a year. But I do have probably at least 100 edited videos. And, oh wait, I don't want to sell those. Yeah, probably a good 100 edited videos, and then another 50 or so live streams. So it's not a ridiculous amount. More live streams do need to come. And I'm hoping as the weather gets nicer, instead of staying up till 3, 4, 5 in the morning playing Animal Crossing, which I don't know if that's gonna keep happening, but hopefully as we move forward and the weather gets nicer, I go to bed earlier and wake up, because I love when summer's starting to boot up and it's not completely blazing hot, but just before all that happens, and you wake up at like 7 in the morning, and it's not even hot yet, and you know, you wake up, eat breakfast, you're like, oh man, it's gonna be a nice day. Like, it feels like it's been so long since I've woken up in the morning, and it's been nice, and I've been pumped up to actually be awake, because in the winter, no sun, it's always freezing. I just get depressed, and then I kind of have the bad habit of staying up all night and sleeping late and never seeing the sun. But now it's getting nicer, so I'm hoping as the days progress, it's going to be getting warmer. Hopefully, you know, the whole world gets past all this COVID-19 stuff that's going on. And, yeah, but regardless of that, hopefully, well, no, I guess I'm promising. Well, I'm saying it out loud, but I'm hoping it's a promise to myself and to you, the viewers, that I'll be waking up early, and my hope is to do, like, waking up and doing, like, a good hour live stream, and then, you know, seeing what's going on during the day, doing a video, doing a review, doing whatever, working on something, and then doing more midday live streams. But this whole thing has been just... It's just weird times, like school's done, it's closed. My kid, he's been out for 4 or 5 weeks already, and it's probably pretty likely that they're not going back to school at all. In which case it's basically April, May, June, July, August, September. That's like the longest summer ever for a kid. But what I'm wondering will happen is if this whole thing starts to die down and kind of blow over, if we will start to see states kind of end their summer early and be like, alright, these kids have been out of school for 4.5 months. Too bad, but you're going back the second or first week of August as opposed to September, I think. that might end up becoming part of the situation. But anyway, that's a weird response to how often do you stream. That's my mini rant. But yeah, streams should be coming more often than not. It was basically just random that everyone in my house is sleeping, my dogs are sleeping, and then when they come upstairs yet to visit me, and usually they're sitting right beside me. But I figured I'm going to be playing Animal Crossing anyway, so I just randomly decided to start streaming. I'm glad I did, because we had Zelda N64 fan, who's a good friend of the channel, and he stopped by and he gave me a bunch of cool stuff, and I was able to help him catalog some of the stuff that he doesn't have also. So that was pretty cool. So this has been a pretty good stream. We're going on 2.5 hours. Where I'm from, our fall semester is going to be online too. Why, do you live in the United States or are you elsewhere? Let's see, what was I picking up here? I'm going to drop the weeds. Clump of weeds. As you guys can see, I still got my frying pan here. That thing has been there for the past 3.5 weeks, at least. And I don't know why, but that's just where it lives, that's where it stays. And maybe someday I'll get rid of it, but I think that's just the legendary frying pan. And it just needs to be that way just because it kinda is that way. Now I'm gonna go run over the store. Oh, Texas. How's the weather there? I'm guessing at this point you guys are starting to heat up. I mean, we're starting to heat up here. The past, I mean, today was kind of nice. Tomorrow might be nice, but it looked like we're gonna get like 10 days of rain. Let's see, we got the old acoustic. We're gonna sell this. We're gonna sell that. I got the stall. I gotta go place that down. This and this, and the cherries, I'll keep that, and we'll sell that, and I'll keep the rocks, and the pink flowers and the worms. Gave one of those old DIY bench because they didn't have one. Maybe they'll use it. See, I think that it's, I mean, every villager should have a DIY bench. That's just what I think they should have. I think they should have it. Because how else are you supposed to get recipes if they don't have one? But I mean, they do say that if it's your first 2 or 3 villagers, I forget the number. And I wonder if that's the same for everybody, that, you know, your first several villagers, they're not going to one-up you and try to make you feel bad about your current living situation. So that anything you give them, they're just not going to use, which is kind of a bummer, I guess. I mean, you would hope that they would all want to have, like, a badass setup. I guess that's okay there. One of the other things I wish that they had changed with this game is the ability to move things diagonally. Like, I'm hoping in a future game the ability to move things into diagonal patterns or positions, like having a bench right here at this corner that is diagonal as opposed to just straight squared. I hope that's something that they think about. Look at that little bee. Get out of my house. And good old N64 Zelda fan N64 with his massive amounts of $1,000 bell bags just strewn about the whole island. It feels like Easter all over again. Like a grid for placing designs or patterns would be nice, just a box icon. Yeah, that too, because with your custom designs, I mean, I was trying to make the eyebrows because I knew that you could do that, but I didn't really watch like a tutorial on it or anything, so I didn't really know where to place it. So it took me like probably a good 10 different tries to move it 1 pixel, move it 1 pixel. They were kind of going through my eyes, then to have to separate them out and then make them longer and make them thicker. And even then, I mean, my eyebrow pattern isn't really that great. I mean, they look okay, but I don't know. I think there's something missing there. I needed to make them more round, and then I never did it because, let's see, I just left them like that. Eyebrows. Let's try that. Where? On my face. Wait, no. Oh. Okay. That means I can make a, a nipples t-shirt. That's gonna be the next project. So they're on my face. I guess that looks a little bit better, more realistic. The acid washed coat. So we got all these bells, we got all these oranges now. We need to go plant some oranges, and I need to put them in a place where I'm not gonna cut them down. Because I'm always looking for new fruits that I don't have, and then as soon as I plant them down, I'll plant it right here, and then in the day, I'll come by and I'll go, oh, that's just a tree that hasn't bloomed yet. And I'll be like, it's just probably a hardwood tree, and then I'll just end up cutting it right down without a care in the world. Oop, a miss and a swing. A swing and a miss. A swing and a miss. A swing and a miss. Yeah, I fudged it. Oops. Oh, I wonder what could be down off the side of this cliff. Down there next to this money. What could be next to this money? I mean, what could be in this hole besides money? I do have a shovel. $1,000. Thanks once again, Zelda N64 fan. Let's see what's in this one. This one. Ooh, 1,000 bells. Thank you so much, Zelda N64 fan. Oh, I scared the fish away. I do believe flowers grow on the beach, and these have been here for a total of 3 in-game days. I should probably water some of these other ones. Nope, Miles. And I hear a balloon. Actually, you know how long it's been since I've heard a balloon? I haven't heard a balloon in probably 48 hours. Like over the course of the past 2 days, I have not heard or seen a single balloon. Let's see what they gave me. Hey, Chitami, I already have one of these. But I suppose I could just lay it right here. next to my bamboo because it's like a bamboo family item. I need to put these orange trees somewhere where I'm not going to cut them down. I think they're going to go up here. Up on this cliff. Tended my flowers, so I just have to sell shells and fruit roots. But if you plant new varieties, guess what'll happen? Correct, you'll grow some Nookmiles. What do you do with the fruit after that is up to you. So I now have all the fruits: cherries, oranges, pears, peaches, apples, coconuts. Thank you, Zelda N64 fan, for helping me fill out this island. Without you, I don't know, I would be screwed. We'll plant this final orange. Great man. Perfect. Then we'll catch a fish, and then I gotta go and eat some food because I'm actually starving. So, yeah, that is it for the D-Dub live stream here on Dublin, Animal Crossing New Horizons, on the channel of D-Dub. Good 3-hour stream, 2 hours and 50 minutes, and counting. So thank you to everybody who stopped by. New subscriber, wow, Monchill Bean, if you're still watching, thank you very much, I appreciate that. And I've been getting new subscribers, losing 1 or 2 at a time, losing 3 at a time, getting 2 new ones. And as of like recently, just in the past 2 days, I jumped from like 201 to 205. But for some reason, I'm just not getting notifications on those. So sometimes I get new notifications or new subscribers, and I see the number go up, but it doesn't say it. So here, I mean, I have so many notifications on it because I actually got this notification from you, Monchill Bean. So I'm gonna subscribe to you. I usually subscribe to new subscribers so long as I get the notification. There's plenty of times that I don't though. So yeah, thank you for new subscribers. I will be streaming again. So yeah, be on the lookout for it. Usually when I'm streaming, it's usually like a good 2 or 3 hours. There's only been like once or twice where I've ever streamed. I've only done it for like a half hour. Nobody shows up, and then I just kind of end it there. But you know, peace out, everybody. And yeah, thank you, Zelda N64 fan, for the the dozens and dozens of 1,000 Bellbag buried treasure trove hunt across Dublin Island, as well as like the Alto Sacks and all the other stuff that's cataloged. I'm going to be ordering that stuff. Thank you once again for the oranges. Thank you, Monchill Bean, and anybody else who watched this or is watching this after the fact, because it's going to be saved on the channel. So if you watched it, yeah, subscribe, hit the like button, all those kinds of things. Thank you so much. This is D-Dub out, saying have a very good day. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'm out of here.